Hey guys, thank you for joining this interview. And in this new segment of Vivektalkshow, I have got a very special guest, and he's a brother to me. And for those of you who don't know, we used to study together in college, and we also did our first job together. Shubham Srivastava. He's a founder of Snapzo.in. For those of you who don't know about Snapzo, it's an online B2B retail marketplace, guys, that connects retail directly with the brands. The buyers can get the maximum margin and also an insight into the trending products and discount offers. Shubham and his team of co-founders started Snapzo in year 2018 with the simple mission to empower Kirana Stores in India. Currently, Snapzo has done over $4 million in revenue, and this year they are chasing for $10 million. Thank you so much, Shubham, for joining this interview with me.
No, yeah, the pleasure is all mine. I've never thought कि कॉलेज के बाद ये सब करेंगे
Yeah,
क्योंकि it was a very simple plan कि अच्छे से पढ़ाई करना है, get a good job and then मन हुआ तो MBA कर लेंगे and
right.
that's how it was all. But कह सकते हो कि life turn out हुआ और as I can see मतलब कि अच्छा turn out हुआ. It turned out in a good way.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And like I told you guys, that Shubham was a very good friend of mine in our college. We used to study, we used to sit next to each other. We were in the same branch. और उसके बाद जो हमारी
Yeah.
जॉब भी लगी थी, luckily again we used to sit next to each
Correct.
other.
Same team.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
same job. And let me tell you this, I mean, it's a confession. जब मैंने अपना sales career start किया था, तो I was not good at it because, of course, हमारा background वो नहीं था. But Shubham
Correct.
Shubham had that natural instinct of talking to people, convincing them for their own good, and he was kind of a mentor for me in that beginning days. So Shubham, thank you so much for that, for those moments.
ठीक है अभी क्या ही बोल सकता हूँ उसको.
Yeah, you have been
But it
so
was
helpful.
here like मतलब when we were working together तो the teamwork used to be quite like कि मतलब एक दूसरे की help करना है and closings में ये usually used to help people with closing and that's where I learned यार कि मतलब sales is something which everyone should learn in their life because unless and until you're not good at sales then what is the point of making any product. So yeah मतलब definitely from there we learned a lot and college का भी देख लो तो we used to do events together, we used to sell that tokens and
Yeah,
everything, join the event. So basically वहीं से ही सब कुछ सीखा कि how basic sales works and then obviously it was a good company, then skills develop होते गए and now yeah I think it's a good thing.
yeah, definitely. We had some good moments. And for our viewers, don't consider this, talk show as the regular, formal interview type, because you
Yeah,
can consider two brothers chatting. Of course, we'll be talking about
yeah,
what Shubham is doing, the amazing work with Snapzo by empowering our local Kirana guys. But yeah, for me, it's two buddies hanging out after a lot, after a while.
same here Vivek, same here.
Okay. So Shubham, this discussion of us would be going in two phases. First, we'll talk about Snapzo definitely, and how you guys are helping out retailers and local Kirana guys, and especially at this time of lockdown and post-corona period. That would be one of the most important role which you guys will be playing through Snapzo. And then after that, in phase
Correct.
two, we'll be having a rapid fire where I'll be shooting
Okay.
few, fun segment question with you, and you'll have to answer quickly.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Will I get a hamper out of it?
Yeah, if you win. Yeah. So
Cool.
what I'm doing right now in this lockdown, since मैं खुद बैंगलोर में नहीं हूँ, so I promise my guests that definitely once this lockdown is over, I'll be delivering the gift hamper to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
All right. So shall we begin, Shubham? Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So the first question for you is about about the existing problem. Actually, what problem did you see in the distribution network that gave birth to Snapzo?
Hmm. Okay. So, Vivek, if you see any Kirana store or provision store in India, you would be seeing that they are dealing with multiple brands. A simple Kirana store would be having around 1,000 to 2,000 brands. And if you look at the current distribution network, the distribution network is that if you want, as a Kirana store owner, if you want to buy a Parle product, you can buy from a Parle company. If you want to buy ITC products, you have to order from ITC. That is for every single brand, you have a singular distribution network. So that is one of the major things which we thought when we started Snapzo. That was one of the most approached equation which we brought into Snapzo, is that how to bring everything on a singular platform. Because the simple solution for a Kirana store would be that can we build anything for them which will actually help them to not actually go and approach different vendors, but to find at the same place. The second was these Kirana stores, they have to buy these products either from a local vendor or they have to go to a common market. So in our area, it is called Mandi. Somewhere where the volumes are high, it's known as official RMC, APMC yard. Okay, and
Yeah.
so basically they have to shut down their shops and they have to go to these places and buy the products and then like do the sales. So during this procurement time, since if you look at the storage capacity of them, they don't have a shop more than 500 to 700 square feet. That means the maximum inventory they can bring is around 3 to 4 days. That's what the capacity is. That means after 3 to 4 days, every if they waste around 7 to 8 business hours also, that's a good amount of money for them. So that's where we saw the potential, that how we can make a common solution where they can actually buy everything at the same place, and how in terms of supply chain, how regular we can be to them, such that if they order anything on a minimum quantity, they get it within 24 hours. So that's what the two key main areas was where we focused: how to provide everything and how to provide everything within 24 hours. So that's what basically we started with, and that's what the like two USPs currently we are building in this market.
Okay, that's amazing. That's a very big pain point in the overall
It is, yeah,
distribution network which you are
yeah,
catering to. So that's amazing.
mm,
Okay. So
yeah.
Shubham, like you told me that currently you guys are only operating in Bangalore or you are trying to expand?
No, no, we are only operating in Bangalore. Yeah.
Okay, okay, definitely. Awesome. Okay. So the next question is about the challenges. We all know, buddy, whenever we start some new venture, definitely there is a huge potential because we are able to figure out the problem and our product as a solution. But what challenges did Snapzo faced in at an initial level?
Yeah, so every business has its own challenges, and if I talk about my customer segment, then the biggest challenge was that they are not technology savage people.
Right,
Because if you like meet them, they are mostly either metric passed or doing their you can say inherited business. Maybe their father were doing or their brother was doing. So no doubt they are skilled in the purchasing and selling habits, but they are not much more like confident on technology part of view. So
right.
the major challenge that we faced in the beginning is how to actually educate them that how technology can be useful for them to save the business hours and to go through a wider range of products. And
Okay,
the second challenge was that if you meet at any these kind of people who are our customers, these basically people have a purchasing habit of checking the quality and then purchasing,
right,
because everyone is having their different crowd. For example, a Kirana stores move from a supermarket chain to a D-class shop, which you see the pan stores and all. So
right,
everyone has their different kind of audience. Okay. So for example, right now I'm suppose in Yashwantpur, then the quality of rice or the type of rice which people of Yashwantpur would be eating would not be same as the type of rice where a more metropolitan site, suppose Kormangla. Let's take example of Kormangla would be eating. So obviously they have a habit of like checking the type of products they purchase. So once you introduce an online platform to them, then it is quite hard to explain them that the product which they are seeing in the app would be the same product which will be delivered to them. So these were the major two challenges in the beginning. The third was obviously the supply chain, because these guys are like uh, on a very corner side of the map. For
Okay.
example, they are not someone whom you will find on highways or main roads. They are someone who are deep located in many, you can say, the ward culture which happens in terms of logistics, we say like that. So the last mile delivery was quite a challenge, because finding a location for them, uh, making the delivery on time such that they don't lose money on it, because delivery is something which is very important to any B2B business,
Right.
because uh, they are the one who resells the product and then they make money. So if they don't get the product on time, then obviously they won't be making uh,
Right.
money at the right time. That's very important. So these were the challenges which we faced. But as like the journey began now, since we are 2 year into the company, so we have find many ways actually to solve our challenges. But to be very honest with you, Vivek, there is a lot of things to learn there, because day by day we get every day we get new problems. It's not like that okay, today we have solved this problem, then we won't be getting any next problem. The next problem in itself would be very unique, and in itself it would be very challenging. So these are the three major which we found at the starting, and obviously with time we are finding more and more and
Yeah. Whenever we solve any existing problem,
yeah,
two or three more
yeah,
problem
yeah.
arises.
It's
But
not
I,
like okay, we
yeah,
have solved it and checkbox. Now we
yeah,
can sleep peacefully the next day. No, it cannot happen like that.
yeah,
With every day, new challenge comes, and you have to solve it before the end of the day. You have to solve it anyhow. Yeah.
yeah. And I believe that's a part of the journey, right?
That is the part of the journey. I think that is the excitement. That is something which you can be actually motivated of,
Yeah,
because this is not college life anymore. You cannot prove LHS is equal to RHS here. You have to
yeah,
prove that. And in terms of customer satisfaction, unless and until you don't see a smile on his face, then actually the problem is not solved. And to bring a smile on a customer face, it's not easy. It's very challenging. And but it's beautiful in its own way. Yeah, that I can say that it's beautiful in its own way.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay. So Shubham, if I understand Snapzo correctly, you have got two sides of customer base. One is the brand that you reach out, and
Correct,
the other part is the local Kirana retailers guys. Okay.
correct, correct, correct.
So if you can share with our audience, what was the first reaction of both the brands and the retailers when you first pitch your idea to
Yeah.
them?
Okay. So in terms of seller point of view, so what they were very happy, because right now they are having very limited resources to actually scale their businesses. Because
Okay.
if you are sitting at some point and holding some inventory, so your main target is as a seller is how fast you can move your inventory. That's the aim that a seller always has. So once we introduce such platform to them, that how from a one point shop, from a one point warehouse, they can scale to all parts of Bangalore. So for seller, it was very excitement, and their first reaction was that they wanted to onboard on the platform. They were not confused. Now, if we talk in terms of buyer point of view, so for buyer, it was more of educating to them, making them understand what the complete product is, and in B2B, how it works, Vivek, is unless and until you don't spend time with customer, you don't visit him more often, you don't build a relation where he can actually trust you. No matter what you sell to him, no matter what you do for him, it's nothing important, because it's something which will go on in life, because the average span of a Kirana store is 80 to 90 years. That was the average time any Kirana store operates. So if you are trying to like do a business deal with them, it's not going to be a one time business deal. There's going to be a very continuous relationship. So unless and until you are not that far sighted that how that relationship you want to maintain, then it's quite difficult to crack the code of these customers. So their first reaction was that no, we cannot trust online platforms like this, because we have seen in Flipkart and all, we will order mobile, then stones will come. Then if we order sugar, then we don't know what will come. So see that they had their mindset. It's not wrong on their part that
Right.
they're having these mindset. But when we so you have to do 10 to 15 deliveries to them, successful deliveries to them, such that they can start trusting you. So yeah, customer point of view, they were very much like uh, they need to be educated a lot, I would say.
Okay. So initially, just to satisfy your customer, the local Kirana guys, you were working on losses just to make them happy because you knew that this product will work and eventually they will turn
Hmm.
out to be a paid customer. Was that the intent or something else?
See, Vivek, when you start a business, you never like plan for the losses, because that is somewhere no one actually focuses. But with
Right.
every business, there comes a customer acquisition cost, that how much money you're going to actually spend on a single customer. And in compared to B2C, the B2B cost is quite higher, because
Right.
uh, it's as I told you, it's a very long relationship, right?
Right.
So we burned some cash in giving free deliveries. We burned some cash in giving some discounts, but
Okay.
the intention was never to like uh, to do a numbers game there, that okay, burn the money and get the revenue. The intention was always to uh, make sure that the customer trusts us. That was the most important. And if we have to spend something on it, then obviously anyone should do about it. So yeah, initially it was a loss, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's how it starts. Okay, now Shubham, please tell us about the secret of starting any retail marketplace business.
Here, so Vivek, the e-commerce, as if we talk, it's not a new thing now.
Yes.
If you go to any person, any next door people know everything about e-commerce. But the best thing which I can tell about e-commerce is that the way of doing it, the execution part, is always different in every company.
Okay.
So when you ask me that, okay, what is the secret of retailing starting a retail
Yeah.
marketplace? The secret
Yeah.
I would say is that it's a very huge market to cover at. It's a it's a market of masses.
Okay.
So, because if you look at our GDP as well, then around $600 billion the market is currently valued at. So, the only secret cover this huge retail market, how to get into it. And there was nothing as such planned that, okay, this is the correct USP to enter. The only thing which was planned is to identify the real problems and solve it. So, what I would like from your platform, I'd like to tell to people that you always have to focus on the pain that the customer is facing. For everyone, the secrets are different. For everyone, there is no
Right.
fixed rule that okay, this is what ABCD you can do and you can reach there. For everyone, it's one common thing, that you just have to focus on your customers every time, what he says, how he behaves, how he purchases, how he sales, where he like spend his money, where he does not want to spend his money, what things is he interested in, what thing he is not interested in. And those are the like basics that you have to go through. So there is no secret actually.
Okay. Okay. But what I understand, I mean, it's a one-line amazing statement that you told that we need to put ourselves in the shoes of our customer and understand
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pain,
yeah,
as if it's
yeah,
जैसे हमारा खुद का pain हो,
yeah.
right?
Because you
Okay.
cannot make a product which nobody needs. you cannot force a customer to buy your product unless and until he also feels that you understand his pain and you're trying to solve his pain. Then obviously he'll pay you for it. There is no doubt about it.
Okay, great. Okay. So Shubham, for someone who is just getting started, in this retail sector, how much investment, according to you, actually it takes to start this kind of business, and
Hmm.
what should be the profit like in, first year or second year, as per your experience?
So yeah, as a core business point of view, it's a very highly investment business because it's in retail, unless and until, particularly in B2B, if you don't do the volumes, you cannot make money. And when you plan to enter into a retail market, then you cannot plan it to make a profit in 1 or 2 years. But the minimum amount that it will take is around 5 to 7 years, because that's where the customers have actually a good relationship with you, that they won't go anywhere else, and that's when they start paying you back. So
Okay.
as a in terms of number, I think anywhere between 2 million to 3 million you need to invest at the starting.
Okay.
And in terms of profit, I would say uh, after 5 to 7 years, you can make, yeah, 2 to 3% you can make on it, because there are different revenue models to it. It's not
Okay.
that only purchase and sale, only trading is not involved here. For example, we started with only two business models. We started with taking delivery charges and then taking the margin part of it. But as time increased by, now we are into much more revenue models. We are tying up with bigger manufacturers, okay, such that we can uh,
Okay.
launch their brands on our platform. Because consider a scenario where you, Vivek, you start a brand at your place and you want to distribute it to complete Bangalore market. So what is the option you are having? Either you will find in every area some distributors to distribute your products, or you will go to shops and show the sample, then they will test the sample. For us, it's very simple. You just list the products. Everyone is having our app. They'll see the
Okay.
features. They will order it. That's how easy it is, right? And we make money out of it. So uh, in terms of making money, you have to be very creative, because with the same customer, you can do a lot of things. For example, in future, we are also getting into private labels as well, where we can launch Snapzo as a private labels. In future, we are also
Okay.
thinking to get into advertisements as well, where we can advertise about our sellers, that who is offering products at much cheaper rate, who can deliver much faster to you. Okay. In
Okay.
future, we are also getting into platform on B2C platforms, where we can help retailers to actually sell uh, products to their neighborhood,
Okay.
right? So there is so much like innovation you can make if you are having the right mindset and a vision to actually stay long in the business.
Okay, that's very insightful, for people who are just getting started in this sector, because there is
Yeah.
no top line to make the profit, the kind of opportunities and
No, no, no.
creativity.
There is no top line here.
Yeah.
There is no top line.
Okay.
matlab, if you look at the Kirana store as well, you look at the owner of a Kirana store. He started simply with selling normal grocery products, staples product, I would say,
Okay.
rice, atta maida, suji, oil. Then he started onboarding FMCG products, right?
Okay.
Then he started onboarding new and newer brands. Then he started making money out of like giving a space for hoarding for brands. Then he started making money out of the shelf rack he gives to particular brand. And then he started making money by keeping vegetables at his shop. Then he started making money by keeping milk and eggs at his shop. So with the same space, how much more you can do, uh, and how much fast you can do, is where the key lies actually. It should not, the mindset should never be that, okay, I have built this product and this is the only channel that I should sell in. You should sell in whatever way you want and wherever you want. That's what the mindset should always be.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. What about the top three qualities that you see, if any entrepreneur is just getting started, they want to impact local retailers at the best possible price point and with their delivery.
Hmm.
So what are the top three
Hmm.
qualities that you see in those entrepreneurs?
See, as I mentioned earlier, Vivek, as well, the biggest quality in this business is how continuously you are chasing your customers, how much more they can build a relationship with you such that they can share their thoughts for you. For example, we also get calls from our customers that, sir, there is a birthday party tomorrow at opposite to our shop, and we are sorry that we have ordered late, but can you send the product because it's an emergency kind of thing. So we say, sure, sir, why not? Right. So once you have this quality of actually persuasion, then obviously you can enter into any field. I will not say only our field, but any field. You have to like be a visionary where you can see that anything which comes up with your customer, you are upfront there to solve it. So the first quality is obviously being quite persuasive enough. The second I would say discipline is very important in any kind of business. For example, the commitments which you have made to your buyers that okay, at this time the delivery will happen. These are the products which will be delivered to you. The quality which you have shown in your app, and if you don't deliver it, you deliver something else. Then it shows the lack of discipline in the company. So discipline is the second important quality. The
Okay.
third, I would say, being much more far approached is very important rather than being very much short approached and thinking that okay, 2 3 years may I'll become a $1 billion company and I'll be doing this and all that. So that is, I think, you should never think like that. You should always think that okay, what date I start with and how I finish my day. That's how it goes. And the longer vision is something which you should enhance on a everyday basis. It should something which would which comes natural to you. No matter what comes, the natural thing is that okay, I started for this reason, unless and until I don't finish of this reason, I cannot sleep. So that's how it goes. So being far visionary is very very much important. Far sighted is very much important.
Okay. So the three skills that you told is first one is to have a persuasion skill, definitely. Then to
Yeah.
have a long-term approach instead of just short-term approach. And the third one was.
The first one was this thing, persuasion. The second was
Yeah.
discipline, and the
Okay,
third was
discipline.
this visionary. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what
And
is
I
your
learned these things
yeah,
here through my business only. I never like that, you know me.
right,
I was like
we are
कि
not MBAs.
क्लास छूट गया तो कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है.
Yeah.
ऑफिस लेट पहुंच गए तो कोई बात नहीं. But मतलब it's actually not cool. Now I understand it's not cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best teacher is experience, as they say.
Yeah, the best teacher is actually experience, and we will not say that we are very much experienced now, but once you start facing difficulties and once you start getting good and good people into the ecosystem, you start learning from them that how actually they have done, what actually they have followed, and how basically you can be much more focused. So if you don't follow these things, then you will not be focused, obviously. So that's how it develops with time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So I understand, people have different understanding and definition of success. So what is your definition of success and its mantra?
So here, what I'll say, success. Uh, the day. So currently we are targeting around Vivek 1.2 million Kirana stores. Okay, 12
Okay.
million, 12 million Kirana stores. Not 1.2. I'm sorry for the number. So that
Okay.
means it's a big number. It's a very big number. and we have not even covered 1% of it. So for us, I think the first milestone would be, or you can say the first success would be that how uh, fast we can reach to that number. And to be very honest with you, Vivek, I think the definition of success changes with time. For
Right.
example, when we were in college, the success was key to get a good job and like uh, enjoy your life. When we
Yeah.
were in job, we were like, okay, how to get good money and get a car, right? And
Yeah.
for me, the success is right now this, right? So I think with time the success parameters always changes. But currently, this is what I am chasing. If I really want to associate a term of success, currently this would be it. That how to basically reach to all of my customers and make them aware that what is Snapzo is all about and how basically it can change their lives.
Awesome, awesome. That's so true, Shubham, that the definition of success actually changes with time. You should see
Yeah,
success not as floors, but a step, which we can climb
yeah,
step by
correct,
step to reach the floors. Oh, yeah, that's so
correct,
true.
correct.
Okay. Uh, can you share your top three mentors with our audience that you are learning from, or from whom you have learned
So yeah,
before?
currently I'm in like mentorship of many people because this ecosystem is something which actually helps me to upgrade my skills with every time of it. So my mentors would be, I think, my investors are there. Those are good mentors over there. Then
Okay.
my family, of course, these people help me a lot to go through these type of difficulties. And
Okay.
third would be obviously my friends, where actually I can discuss anything that okay, what I'm going through, and because with friends you're actually open that, and they're also open to share ideas with you. They will never term that okay, this thing didn't work out. That means you failed. They'll provide a different angle to it. So by continuously chasing your shareholders, that okay, how to go for anything, by continuously talking to your parents on a everyday basis, that okay, in life I'm doing this and taking care of them, and obviously mingling with your friends. So these are the three type of mentors that I use. There would be no name associated it. The reason only would be is that if I get a mindset of associating a name, then uh, the thinking would be quite you can say not enhancing, because I am restricted to their ideas and their visions only. When I make them in terms of clubs, then obviously the knowledge expands. And as you know that we are quite young here. We're at the age of 26, 27. Then we need a lot of people to actually help us in this journey,
Definitely, definitely.
because we don't know anything about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you are lucky that you are having your mentor. I mean, the accessibility is very easy. The parents, the
yeah, yeah,
investors,
correct.
the friends. So that is
Yeah,
amazing. That is amazing. Okay. So, according to you, what are the biggest mistakes that you see our young entrepreneurs are making right now, especially in the retail sector?
yeah. As I mentioned earlier as well, I think the biggest mistake which I see is that they vision it very differently. That okay, I'm starting a business today. In few months, I'll get a lot of funds. After that, I'll become millionaire, billionaire. Then I'll sell out the company. So
Definitely.
I think, and those mistakes I also did here. Even
Yeah,
I'll not say that, I will not deny those things. Even I did a lot of mistakes, and I don't know. Maybe currently also I would be doing some mistakes. I don't know about it, but I think that is one of the common mistakes I find in people, because I've gone through the same journey, same aspect. So another mistake would be to not actually thinking through a customer point of view, but a business point of view. That is very actually, because that actually destroys you in terms of taking much more capable decisions, right? Because then you are
Right.
actually pushing your products only. You are not only making anything out of it, and uh, matlab, there is no use after certain point of time. The third would be currently people actually don't understand the help of technology. So people actually don't know that what technology can help me in any point of view, or how technology can help me. So I think there I feel these are the common mistakes actually people make, and everyone has made those mistakes. Yeah,
Okay. That's how it starts, right?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Now, time to talk, about Snapzo app. Can you please
hmm.
tell us how the overall functionality of the Snapzo app flows?
Sure. So our app is basically divided into two parts, Vivek. The first is
Okay.
seller, and the second is buyer. Okay,
Okay.
and we are basically people who try to connect them directly. That's what the role we are playing, and we are trying to connect them through technology. That is our app. So our basic product is our app only.
Okay.
So as a seller, you can download our app from Play Store and you can register yourself as a business. When I'm telling you register yourself as a business, that means you have to provide some document that proves that you are a business. It can be a shop establishment license or a GST compliance,
Okay.
so or a VAT or TAN number. These are the kind of documents, and then you can log in into the app. You will be given a login ID from our side. Then you can list your products on the app. You can tell the pin codes where you want to sell, how much inventory you are holding currently, and once the customer start ordering from you, then you can see what orders are coming at your platform, and who is ordering, at what quantity he is ordering, and you can update your inventory also at the same time. Then you can see the finances when the customer has paid, whether the amount is credited to your account or not, and you can see the sales numbers, that how much month by month you are making a progress in terms of your reach, in terms of your customer, in terms of your revenue. So you can use this Snapzo app as a seller in such point of view. Now, if you talk in terms of a buyer, then again you have to download the app from Play Store and prove that you are a business by going through the same documents.
Okay.
And once you like get a login from our site after the verification, you kind of like having three types of purchasing module with us. The first is that you can search any product in the search bar. The second would be scrolling through our cataloging in terms of category and subcategory. To be
Okay.
example, if you go for rice, then there are around 34 kinds of rice. So
Okay.
you can go in rice as a category, then types of rice as a subcategory. Then in subcategory also there is raw and steam and boiled and red. So there are a lot of subcategories as well. So that would be the second form of purchasing. The third would be directly from the seller. If you see that someone known seller is to you, you can just directly log in his profile and all the product would be listed there and you can directly ship from him. So these are the three kind of uh, shopping that you can do. You can also apply filters in terms of range and quality. You can also see what are the trending products which nearby all the Kirana stores are buying. You can also see the newly launched products in your area which you can make more margin of. You can also see that okay, which product is selling at what rate. Okay,
Okay.
rate I would say means the time you order the product till the time it goes from your shelf, right? These are the very fast moving products.
Okay.
And then you have simply have the products which you like, you want, you can order on the app. Then the simple process is adding to the cart and doing a checkout, where you will be getting order confirmation from our stage and all the delivery stages, the confirm stage, the shipment stage, and the delivery stage. And like as I told you, as the seller can see his report, the retailer can also see his reports, that okay, how much products he has purchased from us, on what product, how much margin he has made, and how much within what time we have delivered to him, to check his efficiency. Plus he can see what type of products he is ordering on a regular basis. So this helps them actually. So as you can see that this Kirana store actually maintain the in and out ledger of their stock. That what products they have bought, whether it is in their stocks or not. So this is also like we are trying to replace the kind of uh, current trade is happening in a Kirana store by paper and pen. We are trying to remove that kind of process also in our app. So this is how the basically the Snapzo app functions.
Yeah, that's very detailed, insightful of the app.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shubham, the next question is very much relevant to our current scenario. Okay, because
Mm,
we all understand that because of this COVID-19 thing, the retail segment is getting, impacted very badly. So how do you see that, reflection in your business? I mean, what would it take of Snapzo amidst this COVID-19?
yeah, first of all, I would like to say that it's a very unfortunate event that has happened, and obviously, no one is happy about it. But in terms of our business, we had a huge surge in demand. Our revenue increased from around, I think, 30 to 40% they increased during this time.
Okay.
And what we saw majorly is that at the end of the day, it's the only corner Kirana stores which are going to survive in the current revenue models, because these are the people who are having much more lower cost of business compared to any other form of current ecosystem running. Okay,
Okay.
I'm talking about all the B2C companies. So handling the coronavirus here, what happened in the starting that we were not very much clear enough due to government guidelines that how to basically operate in this year, but we were getting a continuous demand from customers. So once the government gave the permission that only essential services can work, the government in Karnataka also facilitated with the online passes and everything. So we didn't face the issue there. Immediately we came on roll. We talked to our sellers. There were a lot of you can say difficulties, challenges over there as there was no stock available. Okay,
Okay.
and the parameters of payment has been changed now. Earlier it is used to be a credit model that used to work, but now it's more of a cash and carry, because right now no manufacturer is like working on a credit model, and the prices have increased quite sharply. So what we followed is that, yeah, instead of actually charging the customers right now, we actually thought that what best we can provide at this time. So we have leveled our profits the same only. We didn't increase any of the prices, and we are trying to make it more safe and secure, because you do understand that our is a business which is having all the possibilities of contamination. For
Right.
example, the products where we pick from, they are having huge people coming in terms of transportation people. Then the market people where we actually do the loading and unloading, and then the shopkeeper who gives us cash, and cash travels from so many people. So obviously, in terms of handling the virus as well, we had to be very precautious about it, because it's quite a sensitive issue, and we no one wants to take on risk on that, right? No matter what happens, that is the first more priority. We also saw a reduction in our human forces, because due to lockdown, many people went to their native places, and the people who stayed in Bangalore were also not allowed to. For example, here we work on a field sales operation. Okay, people of our sales team go and take orders. So
Right.
that had to resume because of this thing. So what we did is that we immediately shifted to calling model. where the people actually started calling to their customers, and that's how we managed in this time. So overall, the scenario, Vivek, right now is that we are moving with the same pace that we were moving with a increase in demand, but also a lot of things have changed now. The perspective of people buying more from Kirana, that's a good change which has come.
Okay.
And Kirana store trusting online companies like us to order products which they know that anyhow we are going to deliver them. So you can say from past 2 years, what message we were trying to actually pass to the community is now actually we are able to serve like that. So
Okay.
in terms of business, we have seen some positive effect. Yeah,
Okay. So I think Corona has played different role for different segment of business. So I
yeah,
believe,
it has,
yeah,
it has actually.
I believe for Snapzo, it since you guys are completely online, like you said,
Hmm.
it actually it's helping your mission to turn into reality now. So yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
kind
and
of a
government
good
supported
news.
us a lot also. I would like to say that
Right. Right.
government actually supported us a lot.
Okay. Super. Super. Okay. So, guys, I'll be dropping the link if you need to contact with Shubham, understand, how Snapzo works, and if you want to get right kind of value. So, wherever you are watching this video on Facebook, YouTube, and other channels, so I'll be dropping the link. And Shubham, with this, we come to the next segment of our interview, that is rapid fire. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So now I'll be asking you a few questions, and you'll have
Hmm.
to respond quickly. Okay.
Hmm.
So are you ready?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. So first question is, what was your most hilarious moment while closing a deal?
Here, there was one very high bank financier that we were in talks about, and he was a very senior guy. I'll not take name here, around 70 to 75 years. So I explained him all the complete B2B process, that how we are going to help the Kirana and everything. And at the end of the day, he asked me that what is the difference between Flipkart and you. So there are people actually don't relate of what we are trying to do. So yeah, that was also
Okay.
very hilarious moment.
Okay. Next question is, how do you manage your team, while taking those critical decisions?
Here, I've always tried my team in Baiju as well, here as well. I've always tried my team to be more autonomous, function on their own, because
Okay.
important decisions, if they only take, that's where they learn. Because at the end of that, it's startup. It never runs on one people mind, one people idea. It's all about a
Right.
team game here. So overall, I try to give an environment where they can actually grow and be more and more innovative, because that's what I look into a team, that the more ideas if they come up with, and how together as a team we can execute that idea. So that's the only way to manage for me.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, the next question is a hypothetical question. Just imagine
Hmm.
that you wake up one day and you see all
Hmm.
your customer list gone, entire database gone.
Hmm.
So how are you gonna react to it?
Yeah, obviously, my first reaction would be very much shocking, and I would be looking how it happened. But at the end of the day, I know this business. I have started this from scratch, so obviously I can build it again. So yeah, again I'll start what to do from back square one.
Yeah, it's a good point. First, you gotta figure out what actually happened. Then you can
Yeah,
work
what actually
again,
happened?
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your one mantra that keeps your team, moving forward?
Uh, Basically, our vision that 1.2 crore Kirana stores are there. We are still have not covered 1% of it, and let's keep on moving forward. Since it's a long journey, it's not a race, it's a marathon. So yeah, that's what keep us going to continuously chase the vision.
Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you a few words, okay? And you'll have to tell me what is that one thing that pops on your mind on the top. Okay.
Hmm.
The
Okay.
first the first word is Bangalore.
Weather.
Okay. Celebration.
Celebration when we did $1 million sales.
Okay. Game changer.
Game changer was quitting my job and starting up.
Okay. Same here. Next is branding.
Branding as cheap as possible.
Okay. Risk.
Risk, not a big deal for me. Easy thing to do.
Okay. Future.
Future, don't know.
Okay. Perfection.
Perfection, working every day,
Okay. Growth.
making teamwork every day.
Okay. And last one is sales. Your favorite.
Everyone should know.
Definitely. Okay. Awesome, Shubham. You did a very good job with rapid fire. You were able to answer all the questions bang on time.
Yeah, I want that
Yeah.
hamper now.
Yeah, I know it's in my list. So I always, I promise to my guests, as soon as I come to Bangalore after this COVID thing, definitely we're gonna hang
Uh,
out and I'll give you, hamper. It's recorded.
okay, good, good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's recorded.
yeah, but as of now, kudos for that.
Okay,
Okay,
nice.
awesome. So a couple of more questions, Shubham, before we wrap this interview.
Sure.
Yeah. Can you please recommend one event for our viewers that everyone should attend at least once in their lifetime?
I think two things you should do. If you are in college, you should definitely try to hold a event where you can actually organize an event. And if you're not in college, you are in regular job, then there are so many event apps here. Okay, you can
Okay.
download any of the event, and you should definitely go because you would not find only yourself, that you are willing to connect. Everyone who is around there is willing to connect to you. So this is the case I know about Bangalore. The same goes with Delhi, Mumbai, and all the Tier 1 cities. That there is one app called Eventizer as well. Okay, you can
Okay.
download that app as well, and whatever events are nearby, you can go and you should definitely visit them. It's not about one particular event. It's about whenever you are free, you've got a time, and any event which is nearby, you should go join and network with people. It really feels very great. You'd see how different people are doing so many different things. Okay, so one of my favorite event was I went to this event of entrepreneurs, and it's for this one only, Global Summit 2020 only.
Right. Right.
So there I met the CEO of Nandu's Chicken,
Okay.
and you won't believe the way we think about that. Okay, this is a chicken shop. These guys procure chicken and then they like give it to customer. It doesn't happen like that. There are more than 120 processes which are involved. So these are the amazing things which you will know once you will network and connect with people. It's not that easy, and it's not that hard as well, but it's better to learn and it's better to know.
Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna give you one line. Okay.
Hmm.
You'll have to say that line first in your native language, that is Hindi, then in English.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And the line is, please listen carefully. If you are a
Hmm.
Kirana store and you want to compete
Hmm.
with modern trade, then please download the Snapzo app today. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, first in Hindi, then in English.
Uh, okay. Okay. अगर आप एक किराना स्टोर हो तो आप स्नैपजो ऐप डाउनलोड करो, ताकि आप जो भी मॉडर्न ट्रेड है, जो सॉरी मॉडर्न इज इंग्लिश वर्ड नो,
Yeah, it's okay, it's
जो
okay.
भी ओके, सो जो भी क्या यार हिंदी मॉडर्न का हिंदी क्या होगा?
Something like नया या कुछ होगा, आई डोंट नो, आई डोंट नो.
हाँ, जो भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी है, जैसे बाहर के लोग काम कर रहे हैं, आप भी उसको सीख पाओगे और बेसिकली सरवाइव कर पाओगे इस बिजनेस में. दैट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट. तो अगर आपको एज अ किराना स्टोर आप पैशनेट हो, बिजनेसमैन, स्मॉल बिजनेसमैन, कि आप कैसे उसको बड़ा करो, तो आप स्नैपजो ऐप जरूर डाउनलोड करो.
Okay, now same line in
एंड इफ यू
English.
if you are a kirana store and you want to compete with the modern trade, then you should definitely download Snapzo app.
Okay, cool. Now, can you please share one business advice for all the young people, my audience
Hmm.
who wish to have their own startup someday?
Okay. So if you really want to have your startup, the first thing you should never think of is money, because that is the least priority that comes. The first important thing that when you are starting up is about the people whom you want to start off. So I was very lucky enough that I had very good support from my friends from starting of my life only. I had a very good network with all of my friends. So when I started up with my college friends as well. Then they were working in Byju's as well. So I was knowing them from so much time, from 7 to 8 years. So it was very easy for me actually to go into the system and ask them that whether can we do it, can we make it big, can we sacrifice what current leisures we are having in life, can we actually go rough and do it or not. So at the end of the day, it's only about people whom you are working with. Rest all other factors and everything will come up to place. But first thing you need to do is you need to find people who are like you, who are going to go all in for you, that no matter what happens, they're going to stay. And you will definitely do very well if you have right kind of people with you. That's the most important advice I like to give, because that's what people usually think that okay, इतना पैसा लगेगा, आइडिया सही है या नहीं, पहले पायलट कर लेते हैं. So there are a lot of actually doubts and reservations. So doubt and reservation is a good thing, but you should always discuss with people who are like you, like-minded people, who actually give solution to that, not can create a question to that. If you don't have money, then why you are doing it? Like that. You understand? If you don't have a perfect idea, then why we are doing a pilot? You should have people who are like, okay, we have not got money. Okay, what are the sources of money we can find? Can we arrange this month? Can we move forward with this thing? Can we go with this idea? You need to have the right kind of people. That's the only advice.
Yeah,
And they
and
should always be smarter than you. Yeah.
yeah, that's even better. It's like
Yeah.
cherry on the cake. Uh,
Yeah. Obviously, they should always be smarter.
Right. A couple of days ago, I was just watching one YouTube video of Dr. Vivek Bindra. So he also said the
Yeah.
same line that actually we are the average of five people we surround ourselves with. Our net
Mm.
salary is the median salary of five people we surround with. I think it's a beautiful
Mm-hmm.
advice for all the young people watching this video who aspire to become entrepreneurs, want to serve their niche, their community with their knowledge and expertise. So that's so sweet of you just to remind me of that point again with your advice.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, with this we come to the end of this fun interaction with Shubham. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, it's been a while, but I'm so glad that we connected this way. We had a fun discussion along with a
Yeah.
lot of value, which you actually gave for our audience. So, guys, I want to, I would love to hear your comments about this discussion. What were your top three takeaways, and what other kind of interviews you want me to add in our list of Vivek Talk Show? Okay. So again, thank you so much, Shubham, for your time, and wish you all the best for the amazing job that you are doing with Snapzo, focusing
Mm.
on the small business owner, the Kirana guys, especially during these kind of pandemic times. So thank you so much on behalf
Yeah.
of my community.
Same goes with you, Vivek. Matlab, I'd like to tell you one. I'll not take much of your time. I'll just like to
Yes. Okay.
tell you one story. So there was one startup which was actually struggling a lot, and because a major, you can say, player came into the market. Okay, so the investors asked them that, okay, how will you compete to such a player when that huge player has come to the market and you being such a small company, he's a shark. He'll eat you. How will you compete with them? So he said, what I'll do, sir, is that I'll try to connect 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 fishes like me, and then as a strength we will attack that shark. That's what my plan is. And I think Vivek, you are doing the same. That see, we all people are working as a own individual people, and we rarely find time to actually advise people. And we want to tell a lot of things, right? There's no doubt about that.
Right.
But we actually don't have that kind of exposure and time to like actually advise people on what to do, what not to do. But you building such a platform where I read the vision statement. I have been following you from a long time now, that you how you want to train 1000 sorry 100,000 entrepreneurs. So that's where you're creating a big fish, so no matter how much a big shark comes, you are ready to attack it. So I think that's where you are playing a role in the ecosystem. And I wish you all the best, Vivek. Continue doing like this. Never think that okay, what I'm doing right now and where it will take me. You are doing it very perfectly. And with you, with reading your content, where actually, for example, that sales funnel which you posted during the COVID-19, that why you should not lower the prices in this time,
Right.
but you should maintain the prices or higher it. So that mindset I really liked a lot, because it's a very good strategy. If you're running out of sales, that never means that you should lower the prices and go in loss. Yeah. So that was. So I believe, Vivek, that you're doing a very good thing. Okay, please continue to do the same. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Shubham. You are being so humble, of course, because you are my good friend. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I the credit, all the credit, of my whatever small success I've achieved in my entrepreneurship journey so far goes to my mentors, because I have been taught something very opposite to that we have been taught in our school and colleges. Instead of
Hmm.
competing, we should collaborate, right? The very simple example that you gave, okay? Because
Hmm.
we all have our own niches, our own expertise, okay? And we all have
Yeah.
a lot of to contribute to our own segments. But if we collaborate
Hmm.
the way I mean, I'm doing, and definitely you are doing, so we can impact each other communities, and together we can create a very big revolution. Because I believe
Correct.
entrepreneurs are the only solution for the current economy, the current education system, and whatnot. Okay, so yeah, I'm
Correct.
thankful for getting good friends like you who were very much supportive, who inspired me in my starting days. Okay, and now
Hmm.
I'm also glad that we are able to collaborate and take our journey to next level.
No, yeah.
Okay,
Anytime you need me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll be coming up with more similar kind of content, and I would love to hear your takeaways. And like I always give one action item. So for this interview, please share your top three takeaways that you learned from this interaction with Shubham, and let me know what kind of other content and values you want to get from me. Okay, so till next video, guys, bye bye and take care.